That was awesome job. Awesome. And then Mr. Todd's going to have a few words too. I kind of need the microphone to talk, so yeah. All right, so I'm going to give them a second to kind of compose themselves here for the next section here. But I don't want to keep you out too long because of the cold, but got a lot of thank yous that I need to make sure that I thank everybody. I want to make sure I thank all the administration, Dr. Rutherford, Mr. Bush, Mr. Schroman, and Mr. French. Without their an opportunity to be here, I know who knows where I would be right now. So big thanks to them. I need to make sure I thank the band boosters board. Jennifer Kessler is president, Brandy Wheatley vice president, Lynn Gerd secretary, and John Patton treasurer. Thank you for all your help this season, keeping me in line, trying to, Oh, Mickey Hammer, sorry Mickey, member at large. Without them, a lot of this stuff probably never would have got off the ground. Jennifer's definitely kept me in line. I've given her a hard time quite a lot, but she's done it back to me, so it's all good. I want to make sure I also thank John Patton for all the video. As you guys know, we didn't really have a band tower this year because the field got moved over. So what we had to do is we had to make a way that we could see up high. And John came through and he got us a GoPro and helped us be able to see things from above. So please give John a nice big round of applause for that. Thank you, John. I want to make sure that I thank his wife as well, Tina Patton. She was in charge of all of our food throughout camp. She was in charge of a lot of our meals, and I got to tell you, these kids ate amazingly. So thank you, Tina. I need to make sure that I thank all of my staff, Christine Bunch and Becky Harpenow, Guard Co-Caption, Shelby Harpenow, and Braxton Guard Tech, Maria Russ, Visual Tech, Jack Forte, Percussion, Joe Gross, Music Visual, John Patton, Music, and Greg Keith as a consultant, which hopefully that name sounds familiar. He was a band director here a couple of directors ago. So he gave us a lot of great things to work on the last half of the season that really got our points to really jump up. So thank you for all my staff that was here. You definitely made my job a lot easier. It made it a lot more fun. We had a lot of ups and downs. As you can kind of imagine this year, being a new director and all, having a lot of hurdles that I never thought I would have to incur. And some of those, which we laugh about it now, was actually pretty cool, was the extra 4 hours we got to spend in Mooresville, Indiana. So if you hopefully seen the pictures, I mean, between half the kids dancing and singing and all that good stuff, and having the cops actually come check on us like 4 times. I think we had a city, a county, and a state trooper all check on us at least one time in the evening. It was actually quite interesting, and it was a lot of fun. What could have been a horrible experience ended up turning out to be a great one, and I know that's a good memory that all those kids will remember. So. And you finally get a chance to go march at BOA. I mean, there at Lucas Oil, we may have not got there for state finals, but being there for BOA, getting to march in the big stadium, I know a lot of them did a great job. Our placing there, we really didn't go for placing. We placed 10th out of 13 in our class, which our class actually consisted of a lot of Class C bands in Indiana, which that's Edgewood, and some of the other bands, Western. Those are usually top 3 when it comes to state finals in Class C, so we were competing all against them. And then overall, Mr. Keith actually laughed at me because we actually finished 58th out of 63 bands. So it may sound bad, but to be honest with you, when you're the very first band that goes on in the day, that's fun. So, but it was actually a rewarding day. The kids got to do something they've never done, and I'm glad that we had the opportunity to take them. So. And then for semi-state, yes, we did finish 11th. Unfortunately, it was 11th. We won the top 10. Yeah, 1 point. Yeah, that's kind of hard to believe. 1 point kept us out of state finals. I kind of personally, I know how they feel. It actually happened both my junior and senior year of high school. This was back in the day when you went to regionals and they went to the top 5. But my junior and senior year, my band, Vincent's Lincoln, finished 0.2 points away from 5th place. And that happened back-to-back years, so I know how it feels. So, but I'm still proud of this group. They've done an amazing job. Everything they've accomplished, they've put forth 100% effort. I need to make sure that I thank Mickey and Jeff for driving all year. I mean, the trucks probably went through a ton of gasoline because they only got, what, 5 gallons to the mile, and we went to Indianapolis, what, 4 times? 5 times, something like that. So, thank you for driving. I also want to make sure that I thank all the prop and pit parents. We could not have done this show without you. It takes a lot of parents to move all this stuff and all of that big house back there on and off the field. So thank you for helping us out. So I want to give you guys a round of applause and say thank you for all of your help this year. I'm going to try to kill about 2 more seconds here, so I think I know what we're doing, even though they didn't tell me, but that's okay. But right now, I want to make sure that I say thank you to all the parents for letting me have 182 hours over 106 days with your kids. If you think about it, that's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours of putting up with me, putting up with the staff, putting up with each other. I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of siblings, but 182 hours over 106 days is amazing. If you kind of combined all that, that's a little over 7,000 hours as a group, putting on a 6.5-minute show. So please give them a round of applause for that. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, so now this is their fair point now, because now I get to introduce them all. So I'm going to start with the 7th grade. I actually have 3 7th graders this year. First one will be Henry Gurton on saxophone, Matt Sherman on trumpet, and Ryan Spalding on clarinet. I do have one 6th grader. Okay, that's Brent. Brent's away. Say hi, Brent. She's one of those comments, so I better make sure I announce her. So now 8th grade. 8th grade, I got 7 of them. Okay, I got Eiley Doolin in the guard, Emma Green guard, Olivia Hall guard, Hope Midkiff on clarinet, Carson Moninger baritone, Ray Mulliken on color guard, and Nash Wheatley on saxophone. I got 3 freshmen, Aiden Connor percussion on bass drum, Cole Hamlers on saxophone, and Brian Drone on tuba. Sophomores, Riley Hamilton, guard, Maddie McGill, guard, Ayla Romans, Barry Sachs, Dylan Schloneker, pit, Gabby Smith, guard, and Gage Smith, trumpets. Did you really have to be the first one up here, or are you just that cold? Juniors, got several junior years. Cassidy Dickinson, guard, Avery Mallory, baritone, Audrey Milton, guard, Case Parker, tuba, Corey Patton, tenor sax and bassoon, Sophia, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Sophia guard, Shane Taylor Vincent flute and soloist, and Dane Wheatley baritone. And wow, I did the senior class. Holy cow! When before I got here, the biggest senior class I ever had was like 7. No, it's literally double. I have 14 seniors. That's amazing. They've been very valuable, and I personally know I'm going to miss them not having us next year. So first one, she could not be here. I think work probably got in the way, but on pit was Olivia Conrad. Next senior I got on trumpet, Arabella Doolin. So with Bella, when I first met her, she was one of the very first ones I met. She says, yes, I'm your horn sergeant. You got to put up with me. Deal with it. So I did. Next one, our German-born exchange student, Nina Irich. When when we first got introduced to Nina, she actually literally got off a plane, slept for about 2 or 3 hours, and joined us for the first day of band camp. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is. So, our next senior is our drum major, Mason Gross. I've been wanting to do that all season, not fair. Uh-oh, there we go. Mason was the second person I met at the very first meeting, and just like Bella, Mason's I'm drum major, deal with it. Next up is our snare drummer, Mac Kessner. So whatever you do with Mac, do not punch his knees out, please. He needs to get all the way right here. With Mac, I gotta admit, Mac has been probably the backbone of the band this year. If it wasn't for him keeping tempo when our lovely drum major could start at tempo. But, you know, it's true. But Mac actually usually saved us, because there was a couple times this year where Mason got a little excited and went really fast, and the first drum break that finally happened, Mac got Mason under control. It was quite amazing. Next up, bass drummer Braden Lamberts.